Greetings, young artists of the Rochester City School District. Today, we will be learning about the American printmaking company, Currier Ives. Currier Ives was founded by Nathaniel Currier and James Merritt Ives and was the most successful lithographic company in the United States, operating from 1835 to 1907. The Currier Ives Company was located in New York City, right here in New York State. Lithography is a form of printmaking, which is the art of transferring an image from one surface to another. In the case of Currier and Ives, it was transferring an image from stone to paper. Lithography prints could be made quickly and cheaply, which made Currier and Ives artwork widely available to the American population. Their early lithographs were printed in black and white and then hand-colored by teams of women workers. Their company often used the motto, "Colored engravings for the people," because of how inexpensively their prints were priced. The prints by Currier and Ives show many aspects of American life during the time the company was alive, including scenic landscapes, American symbols such as the Statue of Liberty, sporting competitions like races, patriotic and historical events, and seasonal activities such as ice skating and sleigh rides. Though long since gone, the Currier and Ives prints are still quite popular, especially used for greeting cards and Christmas cards. This week, we have been learning about Christmas. Christmas is a Christian holiday celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Observations vary by country, but some modern customs include gift giving, church services, special meals, home decorating, and exchanging Christmas cards. Let's take some time now to look at some holiday greeting cards. This card right here actually is a copy of the Currier and Ives print, The Road, Winter. Holiday greeting cards come in many different shapes, sizes, colors, and decorations, and they oftentimes have greetings on the insides. Inside this one, it says, "The good times, the happy times, may they be yours through the holidays and the new year." Sometimes they show lots of different activities that might happen during the holiday season, like when there is snow, building a snowman or sledding, caroling, exchanging gifts, and decorating the home, and some characters that you might recognize. This one says, "Celebrate the wonder and joy of this festive season. Merry Christmas." Sometimes they have characters that are pretty easily recognizable, like this card with Santa Claus, his sleigh, and his magical reindeer. This card says, "Wishing you a holiday season filled with joy and good cheer." Sometimes the card is about the outside, the decoration, like these cute little penguins under the stars holding up the letters that spell out the word joy. The inside of the card is blank, letting you decide what kind of a greeting you would like to send to your loved ones. And very popular now, because of advances in printing and technology, are photo greeting cards, like this one that says, "Merry Christmas, love, Derby and Stan and their humans." Now that we've had some time to look at some different holiday greeting cards, we are going to make our own holiday greeting cards for our art project this week. You're going to need some supplies. You're going to need 4 sheets of paper, a pencil, washable marker, scissors, and a Ziploc bag, preferably a sandwich bag, or if you don't have any Ziploc bags at home, you can use a piece of plastic wrap. You're going to want to gather these items and pause the video while you're doing it. When you have all of your materials together, you can press play again and we'll keep going. The first step for making your holiday greeting cards is going to be folding and shaping your paper to the right size. What we'll need to do first is take our sheets of paper and fold them in half from top to bottom. Grab the top of your paper, bring it down to the bottom edge, line up the two edges together as best you can. Once they're lined up and even, hold them down with one hand, use your other hand to press across the paper, and then flatten it from side to side. This will create a crease that's easy for you to see. Then you can get out your scissors and you can cut on that line. Take your time and work carefully with the scissors. Once you're done, you'll have two equal rectangles. To make these into our greeting card shapes, we will then fold our rectangles from left to right. I'm going to take the left side of my paper and fold it over to the right side like I'm closing a book. I'm going to line up the edges just like I did before to fold the paper in half from top to bottom. I'm going to hold down the paper with one hand and move my fingers across with the other, and then I'm going to flatten. This will be our greeting card. It's just the right size for us to draw our image and work with it. You're going to want to fold the rest of your papers before you continue on. Remember to line up the edges, holding them down with one hand and pressing them flat with the other. Take one of your folded pieces of paper and get out your pencil. Now is the time to brainstorm what you want to put on your holiday greeting card. Think about things that you like to do around the holidays. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, there may be other holidays that you do celebrate that you can think of things that you might like to draw. You'll want your drawing to be a very simple outline that you can color and decorate later on. A custom and tradition that I thoroughly enjoy is baking cookies at the holiday. So I drew an outline of a gingerbread person. You may want to do the same thing, a cookie shape that you really enjoy, or maybe you want to think about an ornament, outline, or a tree, or a heart, or a star, or a candle, or anything that is meaningful to you. When you are done, you'll want to take your drawing and put it inside your sandwich bag. I have found that by folding the paper in half and cutting it and then folding it in half again, the paper is just about perfectly sized to fit inside that plastic bag so that we can make our prints. I'm trying to press as much air out as I can, and then I can zip the bag shut. Now is the fun part where you can start making your prints. This is the part where you will need washable markers. You won't want to use a permanent marker because it will adhere to the plastic. I'm going to use my marker. I'm using a brown marker because I want my print to look like a cookie. I'm going to set my card aside for just a second, and I'm going to trace on my marker lines with my washable brown marker. I'm going to go right around, and you can see that because it's a simple outline, it doesn't take me all that long to trace. I can set my marker down, and I'm going to pick up my card. I've already got it. It's already folded. I'm going to take that card, and I'm actually going to flip it over so the front of the card is facing down, and I'm going to press it onto the paper. I'm going to hold the paper down with one hand, and I'm going to rub with my fingers from the other hand. That way the ink will come off of the plastic and will press onto my paper. Then I can peel it over and turn, and now I've got a nice outline of my cookie design. You're going to want to do the same thing to make the rest of your prints. Trace with your marker, take your card, Turn it over so the front of the card is facing down and press it onto the plastic. When you finish, you'll have a nice stack of card designs. Those cards you'll be able to decorate later on and add lots of details to. The next step for our project is to create the greeting that we would like to put inside our holiday card. I celebrate Christmas, so inside my card, I put the note, Merry Christmas. On this page, you'll see lots of different options for holiday greetings. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Warmest Wishes, Happy Hanukkah, Peace and Love, Happy Solstice, and Happy New Year. You can pick any one of these greetings and you can write it. To do that, you'll want to take your card out of the Ziploc bag and write it inside after you open the card. If you need to pause the video now so that you can make sure that your spelling is correct, now is a good time to do that. Pick a greeting that works best for you, open the Ziploc bag, take your card out, open it to the inside where the holiday greeting would be, and write your message down. You can see my example. I originally wrote it in pencil. Now I've gone over it with a marker. Because I went over it with a marker, when I turn my paper over, the color of the ink will bleed through. I've traced over it a second time just to be sure that it's easy for me to see my message. To make your message print out forwards, you will have to print it backwards. That sounds a little bit confusing, but you'll see what I mean. Fold your card closed so that your message is showing but facing backwards. Put it back inside the card or inside the Ziploc bag, press out the air, and then you can close your Ziploc bag. Open your greeting card to the page and the side where you want your greeting to be. It's typically on the right-hand side of the inside of the card. Press your paper down onto the plastic bag, hold it down with one hand and rub with the other, just like you did before. What it will leave behind is your holiday greeting. When you finish printing the outside and the inside greetings, you can go back with any art supplies that you have to decorate your cards. I wanted mine to look like cookies, so I got out my crayons and I colored to make it look like my gingerbread cookie has frosting and little red jujubes on it. When you finish your artwork, please share it with your art teacher. You can also post an image of your artwork on social media and include the hashtag RCSD Arts. Happy creating!